What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate all you guys being here. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Got a nice little 7-game slate for Monday. Kind of feels like the same slate that we had last night. A lot of the Charlotte guys that were good plays last night, look really good once again. Same scenario. Devontae Graham is out. Gordon Hayward, Cody Zeller both doubtful. So Charlotte's going to be a team we have to talk about for sure. I'm already seeing a lot of comments in the chat about Charlotte. So, yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of Hornets because a lot of the Hornets guys look really good once again. LaMelo, PJ Washington, Malik Monk. Basically their entire starting lineup's in play, in my opinion. Welcome, Noah. Good luck always. We love you. Hey, I appreciate that, John. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for being here. Let's have a great day. Hey, let's try and do it, Raphael. Let's try and do it, my man. Allen will destroy Patton. Yeah, he should. Like, Jared Allen went off against the Rockets last time they played. They started Patton last night. I assume they do that moving forward. I don't really know. They could go back to P.J. Tucker at center, but I assume Patton's their starting center till Christian Wood gets back. So Patton himself is someone we definitely want to talk about. He's a solid value play if he does start again. And, yeah, Allen should have a great game once again. Is that price tag, yeah, I get you, Justin, $8,500. That's tough to pay for Jared Allen, but I think he has the upside in this matchup for sure. Good luck, everyone. Hey, good luck to you as well, man. Good luck to you. Scared to go back to the Hornets, though? I don't know. Why would you be scared, Christopher? They ran a 9-man rotation last night, and they only have 9 bodies again. And Caleb Martin, he was in the rotation, but he only played 3 minutes, so they basically ran an 8-man rotation last night. LaMelo played 38 minutes. P.J. Washington played 40 minutes. Monk and Bridges both played over 30 minutes off the bench. Like, they're just so thin right now. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to go to some of the Charlotte guys. The only issue is that they're going to be really popular. I expect LaMelo to be very popular. I expect P.J. Washington to be very popular. Bridges is probably going to be pretty chalky as well. But, it's hard not to like them. They're just so thin right now. Biyombo won't get the minutes. Yeah, I don't know what to do with Biyombo. He started last night, but he only played like 19 minutes. Like, I think they're comfortable just playing P.J. Washington at center. And they'll probably do that again tonight. So, yeah, even if Biyombo starts, I don't know. It feels a little bit risky. But if he gets the minutes, he can definitely pay off. He's super, super cheap, Biyombo is. I just have no idea what the minutes are like. What do you think about Core, LaMelo, P.J. Washington, Jared Allen, Dame? That's solid for now, Omar. That's solid for now. Let's get this money, eh? Let's get it, Willie. Let's get it, man. Rozier was straight up Houdini last night, flat disappeared. Yeah, I like that. I like that Rozier had a bad game last night. That's going to make his ownership lower than it should be. Like, everyone's going to play P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington is a great play, but obviously after Washington had a massive game last night, everyone's going to play him again. And he's a great play. I'm not saying you shouldn't play him. But, like, Terry Rozier, I think, is going to be a lot lower owned than he should be because he was so bad last night. And we've seen the upside that Terry Rozier has in this scenario. Like, I still have a lot of interest in Terry Rozier. But, like, Malik Monk's so cheap as well. Or he's not, I wouldn't say on DK he's cheap, but, like, if you play Yahoo, Malik Monk is super cheap over there. Like, Monk's really hard to avoid as well because he's going to play probably over 30 minutes off the bench, and he's been a productive player when he does get minutes. There's so many Hornets that are in play today. My dummy lineup I built out, I'm pretty sure I had 4 Hornets in my dummy lineup. Obviously, that could change from now to a lock, but I do expect to have at least probably 2 or 3 guys from Charlotte in my lineup tonight on both sites. Joker's going to eat tonight. Yeah, he should. It's a great matchup for Jokic for sure. Now that we've got all these good plays from Charlotte, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay up for Jokic. We'll have to see. I haven't built my lineup yet, but yeah, we just got to wait and see. Like, we're still waiting for news on Embiid. We're still waiting for news on Malcolm Brogdon. So if those guys wind up out, we could definitely get some value and make it easier to get up to Jokic. I want to play Jokic if I can. Allen DeRozan combo or Jokic and Miles Bridges? Probably give me Jokic and Miles Bridges there. That's a close one. I like both sides of that. Last night, what a disaster. Blowouts, Houston, Minnesota, and J-Val. Yeah, dude, J-Val, God, that was so bad. I checked the box score like 6 minutes into the game. J-Val had like 6 points, 4 rebounds in like 6 minutes, so he was doing solid. And then I check it at the start of the second quarter, and he has like 4 fouls. And I'm like, what the hell happened? He must have picked up like 3 fouls in like a minute or something. But yeah, that was just super frustrating, man. Such a good matchup for J-Val, and he plays 12 minutes because he can't keep his hands to himself. And then the blowout, just killed him as well. DFS, like the whole month of February, man, it was just super frustrating for me. Just it seems like there's something happening every night that was going to screw me in the end. I can see Bridges give us 16. I mean, yeah, Bridges he's been someone that seems like when he's chalky, when everyone plays him, that's when he sucks. Last night he was still pretty popular. He actually did really well off the bench last night. I mean, I think if Bridges starts, if he comes off the bench, it doesn't really matter. I think he's going to play probably at least 30 minutes, and he's still pretty cheap. So I do like Miles Bridges once again. I played him last night, and I'm possibly going to play him again. LaMelo or Dejounte Murray or Jamal Murray. I mean, I think I'm going to prefer LaMelo now. LaMelo probably number 1 there, Jamal number 2, and then Dejounte number 3. Jokic or Luka? Give me Jokic. Rank Hornets with price included. It'd probably be LaMelo number 1, PJ Washington number 2, probably Miles Bridges number 3, Malik Monk 4, and Rozier 5. Like, all 5 of those guys are viable tonight. Like, even the bench guys, like maybe you could play Cody Martin. He got like 27 minutes last night. You could play him. I don't think I'm going to go to Biyombo, though. I don't think I'm going to play Jalen McDaniels. I don't think I'm going to play Caleb Martin. But the 5 starters, assuming, well, it depends what the starting lineup is. I mean, they started Biyombo and they started McDaniels last night. I don't know if they're going to do that again. But like LaMelo, Rozier, Monk, Bridges, Washington, all 5 of those guys are in play for me. Is Lyles a good value with Keldon still out? I'm not really on Trey Lyles. I mean, with Aldridge playing, like, how many minutes did Trey Lyles get last game? I know he still started, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he played a ton, though. Oh, yeah, wow, he actually played 36 minutes. I was surprised by that. I mean, he wasn't great with 21 DK points. Like, I don't know. With LaMarcus Aldridge healthy, like, I just don't know what Lyles... His production is definitely not going to be great. You know, he still might get good minutes, but his prices came up on DK. I think he's still cheap on Yahoo, but there's like so many other power forwards I'd rather play on Yahoo over Trey Lyles, I think. Interesting that the 76ers game going under the radar with the pace of that game. I mean, I would say that if Brogdon play and if Embiid play, there's not going to be a ton that you want to target in that game. I mean, there's guys you could consider in tournaments, but if we do get word that like Brogdon gets ruled out, if Embiid gets ruled out, then I'm going to have a lot of exposure there. I'm going to really like Ben Simmons. I'm going to really like TJ McConnell. Tobias Harris will be viable if he plays. So we just got to wait for news there. Who are you feeling are the top spend-up values with the core of Harden, Oladipo, Lillard, and Kanter as a base starting lineup? Thanks and good luck. In terms of value, like if Justin Patton starts, again, he's super cheap on DK. I think he's a solid value if he's starting. Last night he started. He played like 26 minutes, I believe. He got some blowout run. Like he still played in the blowout. 26 minutes, 20 DK points. I'd assume that if he starts again, we probably get like 26 to 28 minutes from Patton, 38 or 3,200. He's someone I'm interested in for value. I think Miles Bridges is a good value now. Those are a couple of guys I'm kind of looking to for cheap. We don't have a ton of great punt value on this slate, but there's a lot of good plays in the mid-range. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a slate where I jam in the 10K guys, because there's a lot of guys in the 8K to 6K range that look really good now. How many Hornets? I mean, I'd be fine playing 4, honestly. But it depends. Like, we got to wait for news. If we get news that, like, Embiid's out and then Malcolm Brogdon's out, then, yeah, I don't think I'm going to play 4 Hornets in that case because there's going to be guys I like from that game. But as of now, I think playing 3 to 4 Hornets is totally fine. What happened to Draymond Green last night? Played him last night. He played 13 minutes. I know there was a blowout. I think he got injured. I saw on Twitter that he injured something and he wasn't able to return. So I'm pretty sure Draymond got injured last night. If Wall rests and Gordon is ruled out, it's hard not to take Oladipo. I'd agree there. I think Wall's going to play, though. He wasn't on the injury report, so I'd assume Wall's good to go. But yeah, if Gordon gets ruled out, that's a bump for Oladipo for sure. Between Oladipo or Wall, I'd rather have Oladipo because he's a little bit cheaper. Besides Dame, who would you run it back with from the Blazers? Probably Dame and Kanter. Those are the 2 guys I'm looking to. I think Covington's fine as well, but definitely Dame and Kanter I like most. Especially Kanter's Yahoo price. He looks really good over on Yahoo if you play over there. We have any news for Tobias and Embiid? Are they going to play? They're still questionable. We don't know yet. They're still questionable. Garland or Conley? Give me Conley there. Who do you like on the Spurs? I mean, not a ton stands out from the Spurs today. I think DeRozan is still viable, but I don't really want to pay the price tag on Dejounte Murray. I don't love Aldridge, especially now that he's coming off the bench. Like, I don't know if they're going to start him at some point, but if they keep bringing Aldridge off the bench, like, I don't know if I want to pay $6,200 for Aldridge if he's coming off the bench. Yeah, there's not a ton I like on the Spurs outside of DeRozan. Who's a nice center besides Jokic and Kanter? If you want to pay down, and if Patton starts, he's a solid pay down option. But you could also play Jared Allen, too. I mean, those are a couple centers I'm looking to. If Embiid is out, do you like Simmons more than LaMelo? It would be super close. Honestly, I probably would play both if I can. But it'd be close between those two. I think I'd probably still prefer LaMelo, but it would definitely be a close one. There's a good chance, though, that I would play both if Embiid gets ruled out. Especially if Tobias Harris is out, too. You like Okoro? I mean, not really. Like, I know Isaac Okoro had a good game last game, but like Isaac Okoro is just such a low usage player. Just not a guy that I want to play, especially when his price is coming up. There's other guys I'd rather go to. Like, give me Miles Bridges over Isaac Okoro all day. PJ Dozier sneaky with Campazzo and Hampton out. Yeah, I think PJ Dozier is definitely in play as a cheap option. I think he's more of a riskier value just because we don't know what his minutes are going to be. First game back, he played like 12 minutes. He was really productive, but he only played like 12 minutes. But yeah, with Campazzo doubtful now, Hampton out, we should get probably at least like 18, 20 minutes from Dozier, probably more than that. He's been productive when he's gotten minutes. So yeah, if you want a punt option, PJ Dozier definitely in play. DJJ, thoughts for Yahoo value? I'm fine with DJJ on Yahoo. I think if I can find $2, I probably would rather play Bridges over him. But yeah, Derrick Jones Jr. is still firmly in play on Yahoo. What can you say about my lineup? Simmons, Monk, Conley, DeRozan, PJ, Zion, Kanter, Danny Green, this assuming Embiid's out. I mean, that's solid. I never liked Danny Green, but I guess if you can maybe get up to Bridges, I'd rather play Bridges over Danny Green. But the rest is solid. Favorite stud and value for tonight? Probably favorite stud if you can get to him. I still really like Jokic. In terms of value, I think if Justin Patton starts again, he's a solid value on DK. Miles Bridges I like for value. Those are a couple guys I'm looking at. Dame or LaMelo? I mean, for the salary, LaMelo's a lot cheaper, so I'd rather play LaMelo. I mean, Dame probably scores more points, but LaMelo's a lot cheaper, so I'd rather play LaMelo. My boy Jamal Murray going for 55 plus. I mean, yeah, I like Jamal Murray as well. I like him on Yahoo for sure. He's too cheap on Yahoo still. Thoughts on Maxi Kleber? I don't see any reason to play Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber, I only really target him when Porzingis is out. And with Porzingis playing, I don't really look to Maxi Kleber that often. Drilled Booker and Beal last night. Scary Terry, the only one keeping me from the big bucks. Yeah, I mean, he was bad last night. But I don't think that should scare you off of him tonight. I'd be totally fine going right back to Rozier. Thoughts on McConnell? It depends on if Brogdon plays. If Brogdon plays, I don't have any interest in McConnell. If Brogdon's out, though, then I love McConnell. He's one of my favorite plays if Brogdon gets ruled out. I mean, we saw what McConnell did last game when Brogdon was out. He played a ton of minutes. He was really productive. McConnell's always been a productive player when given the opportunity, so I'd be fine paying whatever, $6,200 for him. I'd be fine paying that price for him if Brogdon's out. What games are blowout risk tonight? I don't know if there's any like crazy spreads. Right now, Portland's the biggest favorite. They're 8-point favorites. So I guess that's the team you should be worried about blowing anybody out. But I'm going into this slate just assuming every game stays close, and I'm going to build my lineups that way like I always do. Any thoughts on Nwaba with Eric Gordon questionable? I guess he's fine. Like, I wish he was cheaper. Nwaba's like, yeah, he's $4,700. I think if he was like $4K, I'd have a lot of interest in Nwaba. At $4,700, it's tougher to pay that price for him, even if Eric Gordon sits. But I guess he'd be okay. I probably would rather play Sterling Brown. How much? Sterling Brown's a lot cheaper, isn't he? He's $4,200. I mean, I don't think I'm going to go to those Rockets guys. Like, if Eric Gordon gets ruled out, the only Rockets I'm probably going to be considering are Oladipo and Wall and Patton if he starts again. 46 minutes, McConnell without Brogdon. Oh, yeah. I don't think he's going to play 46 minutes again, but it's very likely we get 36, 38 minutes from McConnell if Brogdon's out. Maybe 40. I mean, they run a pretty tight rotation. The Pacers do, so they'll give their starters big minutes. Never playing any Rockets player again. Lost a lot of money yesterday because of Wall and Gordon. Yeah, they were both terrible. Basically, the entire Rockets team was terrible. Justin Patton was solid for his price, but everyone else was terrible. Like, Wall had like 8 fantasy points. Gordon had like 9 fantasy points. I mean, they were just so bad. Dallas game could be a blowout. The Magic are struggling without their starters. I mean, I think right now Dallas is only favored by Only favored by 6, so I don't know if I'd be too worried about a blowout there. I mean, sure, like any of these games could blow out. Like we've seen, blowouts are just, they've been the most random thing this year. Even when a team is favored by like 5 or 6 points, they can wind up getting blown out. Like, I don't know. If you try and predict blowouts in NBA DFS, in the end, it's just going to cost you. Like I go into every slate assuming every game stays close, and I'm building my lineups that way. They had Brogdon dressed out, but then he sat. Hope we know before the game time. Oh, last game they did? Oh, I didn't know that. Luckily it's a 7:00 game. It's one of the first games at lock, so we'll know news on Brogdon and Embiid. We'll know that before lock for sure. If Embiid's ruled out, is this another Ben Simmons game? I mean, I'm gonna like Simmons a good amount if Embiid gets ruled out. We saw last time Embiid was out, Simmons went nuclear. It was that game against the Jazz. He had like 70 or 80 fantasy points. I'm not saying he's gonna do that again, but yeah, Ben Simmons I'd like quite a bit if Embiid's out. Late slate, I'm mad I pulled Booker for Cam Johnson, but was also able to get P.J. Washington in the Hornets stack with Monk with the N1. Yeah, I mean, P.J. Washington last night, I mean, my God. He went nuclear. He had like 60 Draftkings points, I think. He had like 42, career high, I think, 42 real-life points for P.J. Washington. I played P.J. Washington on Yahoo. I didn't play him on DK, but I did not see that coming for sure. Tim Hardaway Jr. for value. I don't really play Tim Hardaway. When Luka and Porzingis are both healthy, I rarely play Tim Hardaway. Like usually when the Mavs are fully healthy, the only guys I ever consider on the Mavs are Luka and Porzingis, and really nobody else, honestly. So if I'm going to any Mavs today, it's going to be the top 2 guys. And I think they're both just, secondary options for me. Definitely not guys I'm probably going to be playing in my one lineup. He was dressed out, stretching his knee, doing high knees on the court. If he was stretching out, then he probably plays today, but I guess we'll know regardless. We'll know before lock. Any thoughts on Utah outside of Conley, Rudy, and Mitchell? I mean, I don't really like anyone outside of Conley and Rudy. Yeah, really outside of those 3. Like, I'm not playing Joe Ingles now that Conley's back. I don't really want to pay that price tag for Clarkson. Like, when the Jazz are fully healthy, I never play those secondary guys. It's just, Conley, Gobert, Mitchell. Conley's probably my favorite Jazz guy. Not much interest in anyone else, though, honestly. Especially now that we've got all these good plays from Charlotte opening up. It's tough to be, too heavy on the Jazz on this slate. What's up, Noah? I hit for 250 on DK the other night because of your content. You're the GOAT, bro. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Stoney. Glad you had some success, man. Is Garland in play today? I think at his price point, not for me. Like, he's just too expensive, I think. He's like almost 7K on DraftKings. He's 6,900 now. Like, I just don't think I can pay that price out for Garland. If I can find salary, like, honestly, for cheaper, I'd rather play, like, if Brogdon gets ruled out, I'd play T.J. McConnell all day over Garland. Probably rather save salary and play a guy like Eric Bledsoe for 5,300. I wish, if he was cheaper, I think Garland would be viable, but too expensive in my opinion. P.J. Washington saved me last night. Eric Gordon, Valanciunas, and Tyler Hero nearly killed me. Yeah, I mean, Gordon, Valanciunas were both god-awful last night. J-Val, just the foul trouble, man. Minu is so cheap. If he starts, salary saver, 20 points from him might do it. Probably not on this slate, honestly. If you get 20 points from your value guy, that's probably not going to get the job done. Especially when there's so many guys in the 7 to 8K range that project for like 50 plus. I don't think, there's some slates where getting 20 from a 3K guy gets the job done, and then some slates it doesn't. This feels like one of those slates where 20 points from your 3K guy isn't going to be good enough. When you're playing one lineup, are you playing it in both GPP and cash or one of each? I play it just in everything, Mark. So head-to-heads, double-ups. I'm playing it in cash games. I'm playing it in 3-man contests. I'll play it in some single-entry tournaments as well. It's just, basically what I've been doing, I've just been playing what I think the best team is. I really don't, look at ownership too much, just what I think the best lineup possible I can make, and then I just play that in everything. Could you help me with Ford under 4,600? Let's see. Really isn't much down here that I'm a big fan of. I guess if Jetty Osman gets ruled out and Taurean Prince starts, he could be someone you look to at 4,100. If you could find $200, I would definitely rather get up to Miles Bridges for 4,800. Like, I don't really want to play Danny Green. I don't really like Trey Lyles at his price. So yeah, it'd probably be like Taurean Prince if he's starting. Maybe him. Missed you yesterday, had a season low 193 DK points. Hey, Todd, don't feel too bad, man, because my lineup wasn't much better than that. I think I finished with like 220 or something like that. If TLC is ruled out, any thoughts on Andre Robertson, 3.3K, played 20 minutes last game? I wouldn't go to Robertson. I mean, he got some minutes in the blowout. Robertson's already a pretty low usage player, doesn't have any upside. I don't really see any reason to play him on this slate. If you play two lineups, what players must be in your lineup? I mean, it's too early to tell. I can't really say who I'm going to play tonight because, we still got 3 hours to lock. We got to wait on this Brogdon news, this Embiid news. I mean, right now, I'm going to be pretty heavy on the Charlotte guys. And then I'm going to be kind of mixing in some Denver guys. Like, I really like some of these guys from Denver: Jamal Murray, Jokic, MPJ, Will Barton. Like, the dummy lineup I built out earlier had 4 Charlotte guys. So right now I'm planning on playing a good amount from Charlotte, but that could definitely change if we get news that, Embiid gets ruled out. If we get news that Brogdon's out, that's going to change some things. PJ Washington saved me some cash lineups after Green got injured. Hate Miami guards, put it Hero, Dragic, none goes off. I feel you because I was on Dragic as well. I mean, Dragic was probably one of the biggest disappointments last night. He was super cheap, great matchup against the Hawks. Jimmy Butler gets ruled out, and Dragic had like 23 fantasy points in like 30 minutes. I mean, normally Dragic, when he gets the opportunity to start and get good minutes, he smashes. But last night, he was just terrible. Who's your favorite stud and value play? Got it. Sorry already if you covered it. So favorite stud for me, if I can get him in, I still do really like Jokic. In terms of value, if Justin Patton starts, I think he's a solid value. He's super cheap still. I like Miles Bridges for value. So those are a couple guys I'm looking to. Who are the Charlotte guys you're stacking? I mean, right now I think LaMelo, PJ Washington, Malik Monk, and Bridges are probably my 4 favorite guys from Charlotte. But Rozier's viable as well. I don't think I'm going to play anyone else, though. Like, I'm probably not playing Biyombo or McDaniels or the Martin twins. Really just those 5 guys. I can fit Bridges. Thanks for the amazing tip. You're always a lock for some sick advice. Hey, I appreciate that, John. Appreciate that, man. If Brogdon plays, would you take him or Tobias Harris? I mean, honestly, I don't have that much interest in either one. If we get word that Embiid's out and Tobias Harris plays, then yeah, I'd like Tobias Harris. But if Brogdon's playing, like he's just, a lower-owned tournament play, I don't think there are guys I get to in my one lineup. You cashed last night? I did not, Jason. I cashed on Yahoo, but I did not on DK. J-Val just killed me on DK. I swapped to Bam over him on Yahoo, which would save me. Plus, I had PJ Washington on Yahoo, too. I watch you and a lot of others for DK. Do you really play one lineup? Because most of you don't show or they claim they don't be in that 150 max for the 1K. I know you play single entry. I mean, I play one lineup. Lately, I've just been playing one lineup. So, just playing one lineup and putting it in single entry tournaments, head-to-heads, double-ups, just playing it in everything. That's what I've been doing lately. Do we have news for postponed game tonight? I got hit with the Raptors Chicago last night. I mean, shoot, that Raptors Chicago game got postponed like 6 hours before lock. I hope you didn't still have players in your lineup from that game. But right now, no game's been postponed. Every game's good to go. Just subbed you the GOAT. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for subscribing. Rank your point guards tonight on, or just either site. In terms of point guards, I think LaMelo's definitely towards the top of my list now. I mean, Harden's up there as well, but like LaMelo's definitely my favorite point guard. Jamal Murray I really like. If you need some cheaper options like Eric Bledsoe for cheaper. If Brogdon gets ruled out, I'm going to really like TJ McConnell. So those are a couple of point guards I'm looking at. I think Monte Morris is much more appealing now that Campazzo is doubtful. Is Will Barton and Porter solid plays? Yeah, I'm interested in both of them. I wish Porter was a little bit cheaper on DK, but yeah, Barton and Porter are both in play for me. Porter is super cheap on Yahoo still. He's like $24, I think, on Yahoo, so I really like that price tag on Porter over there. Would you stack the Hornets in Portland game? I mean, you can, honestly. Like, I could definitely see playing 3 to 4 Hornets guys and then playing, Dame or Cantor or somebody else on Portland. Totally fine. Like, last night, I'm pretty sure the winning lineup last night had a ton of Hornets, so I could definitely see that being the case once again tonight. And it made sense to run it back last night with some Kings guys, and that worked out. I could definitely see doing that with, Portland. How you feeling about Dwayne Bacon tonight? I really don't see any reason to play Dwayne Bacon. I mean, he's just a low-usage player. even though he started last game, like, I don't know. I don't really want to play Dwayne Bacon. Porter is 7K, no way. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He's expensive, but they've been giving him big minutes lately. He only played 30 last game, but I think a lot of that had to do with the blowout. I mean, if we're getting like 36, 38 minutes from Michael Porter, I mean, he can pay off 7K. Like, he can get you a double-double, 20 and 10, for sure. If Embiid sits, do you like Howard, or does Turner have a good spot without Embiid? If Embiid sits, we're going to have to just wait and see who starts. They've gone back and forth on Howard, Tony Bradley. Whichever one starts, that's going to be the one I prefer. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'd assume it would be Howard, but honestly, I have no idea. I don't think that's going to make me want to play Turner, though. If Embiid gets ruled out, sure, that's a small bump for Turner, but not to the point where I like want to jam him into my lineups. Are you running any Blazers back or no? I mean, my dummy lineup that I built out on DK and on Yahoo had Cantor in it. I mean, I can't say for certain if I'm playing Cantor, but he's in my dummy lineup right now. So I could see playing, some Blazers. Thoughts on Malik Monk? I mean, yeah, I'm fine going right back to Malik Monk. I played him on both sites last night. He was really good. He's going to get big minutes off the bench. He's getting plenty of usage. He's a pretty productive player when he gets minutes. With no Devontae Graham, no Gordon Hayward, Zeller doubtful. I mean, yeah, the opportunity is there for Malik Monk right now, so I'm totally fine playing him. The lineup right now look good. LaMelo, Bledsoe, Barton, Jones Jr., Canner, Morris, Bridges, and Murray. That looks pretty solid for now. Porter or Fournier? Give me Michael Porter. Simmons, Irving, Okoro, Harden, Hart, Ingram, Bridges, Tate. Howard, what do you think of this lineup? I mean, there's some guys in there I'm probably not going to be playing. Like, I'm not playing Isaac Okoro. I don't play Josh Hart ever, but the rest is solid. I mean, Howard, that's going to depend on if Embiid's out. McConnell, Bledsoe, Monk, Barton, PJ Washington, DeMar, Joker, Cantor for today. I mean, that looks solid. Obviously, McConnell's going to depend on what happens with Brogdon, but yeah, that's solid. Are you looking forward to the All-Star break? Honestly, Todd, I kind of am, man. Especially with how DFS has been going for me lately. It hasn't been going great, so definitely a little break's going to be nice. I think there's going to be no games on from Friday, and then games come back Wednesday. So basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll have no games. So it's going to be a nice little week off for sure. Me and my girlfriend are planning on going on a vacation this weekend. It's going to be nice. What about playing Justin Holiday and McConnell together? If Brogdon gets ruled out, I'm fine with it. Obviously, McConnell's going to be the priority there, but Holiday's okay as well. 8,400 left at 4. DeRozan or Ingram? Give me DeRozan. If Harris plays and Embiid sits, he should be a good play. Yeah, Harris would definitely be viable if Embiid sits. If Embiid sits, I really like Harris and I really like Simmons. I'm going to have a good amount of interest in both those guys. Is this doing too much, Dame, Luka, and Joker? I don't think this is going to be a slate where, I don't know, where I'd want to play all those guys together, because there are just so many good mid-range options. I don't know if I want to go 3 10K guys. I don't know how you're going to make that work either, because there's not enough value to really make that work. Kyrie or Ben without Embiid and Toby? I mean, Tony Bradley? I mean, if we get word that Embiid's out, I think I'm going to prefer Ben Simmons over Kyrie if Embiid's out. Just got back from Bryson City and Cherokee myself, needed that vacation. I feel you, man. I mean, look, playing DFS every day, it's an awesome job. I'm so blessed that I'm able to do this for a living. But when you play every single day, it definitely gets draining, man. Especially when you're in a downswing like I've been in recently. It's gonna be nice to get a couple of days off. Just not have to look at my phone, not have to worry about scores. It's gonna be nice for sure. Because when I'm playing DFS, I'm locked in at my computer basically all day. And even after lock, I'm just staring at my phone, checking scores and stuff. It's just gonna be nice not having to do that for a couple of days. I think my girlfriend's going to enjoy it too, for sure. Aaron Holiday, if Brogdon is out, only 3,500 on DK. Yeah, I was pretty high on Holiday last game when Brogdon got ruled out, and he really didn't play much. He only played 20 minutes. So I think if Jeremy Lamb gets ruled out too, that's just going to make their rotation even thinner. So I'd probably like Holiday a little bit more there. But last game, Holiday only played 20 minutes, which was it was just really concerning. I thought they were going to start Holiday, honestly, and they didn't. But he'd be viable, I guess. I wouldn't feel too great about him, though. Dwight Howard, if Embiid sits, yeah, if Dwight Howard starts for Embiid, he's a really good value play. Monk or Derek Jones Jr., give me Malik Monk. Appreciate all the hard work you do. Seriously, I appreciate that, man. Look, I don't consider it hard work. It's awesome that I get to do this for a living, but it's definitely, when you play every single day, it gets mentally draining, that's for sure. Especially, when you're not winning, it can be frustrating, that's for sure. Is Justin Patton a good play tonight? If he starts again, I have a good amount of interest in Patton. If he's coming off the bench, if they go back to PJ Tucker at center, then I'm probably going to be off of Patton. But if Patton does start, then yeah, he's in play for value. Conley, Oladipo, PJ Dozier, DeRozan, Canner, Windler, Washington, Derek White. I mean, Windler, I don't know if I really want to go to Windler now that Taurean Prince is back, but I think the rest is okay. DeRozan, McConnell, Jokic, Patton plus 4 Hornets. I mean, obviously that depends on Brogdon, but yeah, that's totally fine with me. I can definitely see doing that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be on Windler now that Prince is back, especially if Osman plays too. I don't think I'm going to be on Dylan Windler. And you must have value player for tonight's slate. I mean, I don't think there's a must value right now. There's no guy that projects insanely well for their salary. If Justin Patton starts, he's going to project for probably 28 minutes and 20 fantasy points, which is solid, but not like you have to play him. There's no 3K guy that projects for 30 points tonight. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. We'll be live for probably about 20, 25 more minutes, but thanks for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. And hit that like button, as always. You like Trent from Portland? I think he's viable. He's not my favorite guy to target on this slate, but, as a last piece in, I'd be fine with Gary Trent. White is out, isn't he? I think he was talking about Kobe White in that lineup, not Derek White. I'd assume he had Kobe White there, not Derek. Would you play Patton and Howard together? Probably not. I don't think I'd want to go double cheap centers. If Howard's starting for Embiid, then I'd rather play Howard over Patton. I don't think I'd play both of them, though. I don't think he probably wouldn't need to, honestly. Murray or Brogdon if he plays, I'm assuming if that's Jamal Murray, give me Jamal Murray. If that's Dejounte Murray, then I'd probably take Brogdon. Rozier or Sexton? Honestly, give me Rozier. I know he was terrible last night, but I'm totally fine playing Rozier again on this slate. I think he's going to be a lot lower owned than he should be since he burned everyone last night. Is Ball worth paying up for, or should I go Murray from San Antonio? I mean, I like LaMelo. Or assuming that's LaMelo, I really like LaMelo. Last night he played close to 40 minutes, got a ton of usage. I mean, basically going to be same scenario tonight. No Hayward, no Graham, no Zeller. They're going to run a tight rotation. LaMelo's going to play a ton of minutes, so I feel pretty good about LaMelo. Which Spurs guys do you like? I mean, I don't really like a ton of Spurs today. My favorite one would probably be DeRozan, but this doesn't really feel like a slate where I'm going to be targeting a ton of San Antonio guys. Now that they're getting a bunch of players back, it's just not, they're not as appealing of a team as they were, a couple days ago when they had so many guys out. Best shooting guard on DK for 5K and under. I think if Monte Morris is shooting guard, I'd probably take him there. Yeah, I'd probably take Monte Morris there, especially now that Campazzo's out. I'm out of here for now till close to the lock when I can really triple check my lineups. Thanks for the help as always, man. Have fun on vacay. You deserve it. I appreciate that, John. Good luck tonight, my man. Good luck. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again for your help. Let's get this money. Good luck, everyone. Hey, good luck, T-Man. Good luck, brother. Don't disrespect Carmelo Anthony. I mean, I know some people call LaMelo mellow. I think that is kind of disrespectful. Carmelo Anthony, that's mellow. LaMelo Ball, that's LaMelo Ball. Can't call LaMelo Ball mellow because that's just not his nickname. That's Carmelo's nickname. But I kind of do it sometimes as well, just not even thinking about it, just by accident. Is Okoro worth the spot? He did good last game. Yeah, he did good last game, but Okoro's just never a player I really look to play. I mean, he's just such a low usage guy. He's not a great point per minute player. I think that was just a bit of an outlier performance. Okoro is one of those guys that can play 35 minutes and give you 15 fantasy points. I rarely play Isaac Okoro. How do you start building your lineups? Do you start with value plays or your favorite player on the slate? I mean, normally if there's a really good value play that I just think is a I don't want to say a lock to do well, but it's a really good value. I usually start with the value that I really, really like and then kind of work from there. So if we get word that like Embiid's out and Howard's starting, I mean, Howard will probably be one of the first guys in my lineup. If we get word that Brogdon's out, McConnell will probably be someone I build around. I really like LaMelo, and then I'll just kind of work from there. Appreciate you. You helped me cash the other night and win 30x my money. Big money. Damn, that's good to hear, William. 30x, that's huge, man. That's a huge ROI. Good job, brother. Garland or Conley? Give me Mike Conley. What do you think about Brunson? I mean, I don't really play Brunson when, now that Porzingis is back, the team's fully healthy. Like, I just don't have that much interest in Brunson. My final team, LaMelo, Morris, Simmons, PJ, Cantor, McConnell, Bridges, Patton. I mean, that's solid. Obviously, there's some news there you're going to have to wait and see on. But, yeah, that's solid. Assuming Embiid's out, assuming that Brogdon's out, that's solid. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I don't build my lineups this early. I don't really see any reason to. But that's solid for now, Josh. I normally don't start building till I get off the stream. Even then, I'll sometimes wait. Like, I'm probably not going to start building my lineup till we get word on Embiid and Brogdon. And luckily, that's a 7 o'clock game, so we'll know that pretty soon, I'd assume. Ball, Rozier, Simmons, McDermott, Bridges, DJJ, Allen, McConnell. I mean, that looks pretty decent for now. Yahoo, spend up your targeting. I mean, if I can get Jokic, I really like Jokic. I think LaMelo looks really good on Yahoo, though. LaMelo's $37. I like him a ton over there. I think he's a really good spend up if you consider him a spend up. Will Wendell Carter get over 28 fantasy points looking to take his over? I mean, this is a scary matchup for Wendell Carter against Jokic. Like, he could definitely get into some foul trouble. But he's been good when he's gotten the minutes this year. I do worry about the foul trouble here. I mean, I don't bet like over or under, but I'd probably take the over there. Assuming that's like DK points, I'd probably take the over. Baller, Washington. I mean, if you have the salary, assuming that's LaMelo, play LaMelo. If that's Lonzo, I'd rather have PJ Washington over Lonzo. But if that's LaMelo, then play LaMelo. Waiting for news. Here's my lineup. LaMelo, Monk, Fournier, DeRozan, PJ Washington, DJJ, Allen, and Cantor. That's pretty solid for now. You see Steven Adams having a big game. I see 10-plus boards with Gobert always close to the basket. Yeah, this does feel like a spot where you should expect the minutes to be there for Steven Adams because they're going to need him against Gobert. I mean, again, I don't think Steven Adams is like a top center play today. There's so many other centers I'd rather go to, but he's in play. If he fits in my lineup as like the last guy in, I'm kind of fine playing him there. Any 4K value? I mean, if you consider Miles Bridges a 4K value, I think he's a really good value. He got over 30 minutes last night off the bench. Same scenario today with no Hayward, no Devontae Graham, no Cody Zeller. I think we get 30 minutes or more from Miles Bridges, so he's a good value in the 4K range. Can you explain a little why you've been only playing one lineup as opposed to multiple lineups? Well, lately, Dylan, I've just been playing one lineup, and the main reason is because it's a lot less stressful. For me, I have Patreon members. I have to answer their questions. I have to update my Patreon content when news comes out. It gets really hectic, especially close to lock when a bunch of news comes out. Not only do I have to update the Patreon content, let the members know who I'm on, I have to also fix my lineup. So when I'm having to do all that plus fix a ton of lineups, it just gets super hectic. But when I'm only playing one lineup, it's a lot easier. It's just a lot less stressful for me. So I've been having success too. So I think I'm gonna just stick to playing one lineup for now. How do you feel about Thaddeus Young? I'm not really on Thaddeus Young. I think his price point he's just not someone I'm going to be targeting on this slate. Colin Sexton or Victor Oladipo? If Eric Gordon gets ruled out, I'd probably take Victor Oladipo there. Great stuff, Noah. Keep up the content. Monk, Washington, Murray, and Allen. I'm fine with all four of those guys. Assuming that's Jamal Murray, I'm fine with all four of those guys. This feels like a sneaky Vooch night. I mean, Vooch is going to be super low owned, I'm sure. So, yeah, if you want to play Vooch, he's going to be really low owned. You could always do it, but I don't think I'm playing Vooch personally. But his ownership is going to be super low, I'd assume. Any games you're avoiding? I don't want to say there's any games I'm avoiding. I would say that if Brogdon and Embiid both play, like if everyone's good to go in the Pacers-Sixers game, there really isn't much I like there, honestly. So I guess that'd be the one game I'd avoid. But the Dallas-Orlando game, I don't have much interest in that one either. But if we get word that Brogdon's out, then yeah, there's going to be some Pacers I like. If we get words Embiid's out, there's going to be some Sixers I like. For now, we don't have that news right now. We just got to wait and see. So, Noah, thank you for smacking me with all the info. Let's make some money today. What are your thoughts on Turner? I mean, I rarely play Miles Turner. Especially, like, if Embiid plays, it's a scary matchup for Miles Turner. I think Miles Turner has always struggled in the past against Embiid. It's definitely a spot where he could get into some foul trouble. I'd be worried about Turner on this slate. I don't think he's not even going to be someone I'm considering. Thanks, man. Love your videos. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Dylan. I'm glad you enjoy them, man. Gary Trent versus Miles Bridges. I mean, honestly, for the salary savings, given Bridges is cheaper, I'd rather play Miles Bridges because he's cheaper. Don't like Dejounte Murray tonight, even though they still got some Spurs out. I mean, with DeRozan back and with Aldridge back, like the high usage guys are back. You know, Derek White remains out, so there will be more minutes available. But at Dejounte Murray's price, I don't love him on this slate. Like, I'd rather get to LaMelo if I can over Dejounte Murray. You on MPJ tonight? I mean, I like MPJ a good amount on both sides. I like him more on Yahoo where he's more affordable. But even on DK at 7K, I'm fine going to him there. Crunchy or creamy peanut butter? I don't really like crunchy peanut butter. Give me the creamy version. I don't like the nuts. Hawks coach just got fired. That's not surprising. Somebody tweet that out. Oh, yep. Atlanta has dismissed Lloyd Pierce. I mean, Atlanta's been terrible for like the last 2 to 3 years, so that kind of makes sense. Conley or McConnell? If Brogdon's out, I'm going to prefer McConnell if Brogdon gets ruled out. If Brogdon plays, I'd take Conley. I don't know if 14 and 20 calls for a firing. I mean, but it just feels like the Hawks are they're not even a playoff team at this point. Like, I don't even know where they're at in the standings, but they should be better than they are, I guess. They have some young talent. John Collins, Trae Young, Capella. I mean, I know Capella's not that young, but it seems like Lloyd Pierce just hasn't been getting it done. I mean, I remember last year, like Lloyd Pierce, he was so frustrating because he would run like 12 dudes every night. His rotations used to piss me off. He's been a little bit better about it this year, but God, he used to play like 12 guys every night last year. It was so frustrating. The game, there'd be like 3 minutes into the game and Lloyd Pierce already be making substitutions. Thank you for your thoughts and take all advice very heavy when I make my lineups. Keep up the good work. Don't pay no mind to them trolls. I appreciate that, JM. Capella's 26. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought he was a little bit older than that. I thought he was like close to 30. I thought he was like 29 or 30. Who's your favorite power forward so far? I mean, definitely PJ Washington is up there. He's clearly one of the best power forward players now. So I really like PJ Washington. Miles Bridges is power forward eligible. I really like Miles Bridges. If you can pay up, I think Zion's still a really good play. But yeah, it's those Hornets guys. Bridges and Washington are the top 2 plays at power forward, I think. Well, going back to Rozier be smart. Burned me last night. Hey, Zell, look, man. You got to have a short memory when you play DFS. Rozier is going to be a lot lower owned than he should be. I'll say that. He could go out there and disappoint tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised, but we've seen the upside that Rozier has. I wouldn't be scared. If he burned you last night and it was a great spot, if it's a great spot again tonight, same scenario, I think you go right back to him. Keldon Johnson officially ruled out for tonight. Does that make DeRozan and Dejounte Murray a bit more viable? I mean, not really. I don't think that affects too much, honestly. If anything, it's just going to give more minutes to Trey Lyles, but like Trey Lyles has not been that productive lately, even when he's gotten the minutes. What do you think about Jalen McDaniels if he starts today? I don't have much interest. He started last night, but he only played like 20 minutes. So it's just him and Biyombo, even if they start again, like you just don't know what their minutes are going to look like. Thanks for the advice, dog. Keep it up. Peace out. Hey, appreciate that, man. Good luck tonight. Have a nice vacation, dude. Stay away from COVID. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'll try and do my best for sure. I'll do what I got to do. I'll wear my mask. Fire Houston coach. He calls this losing streak. Doesn't play Boogie, and days after they commit to his contract, they stop playing him. Boogie and Wall would smash. I mean, yeah, the Rockets have been a huge disappointment this year. For sure. A huge disappointment. I'm late for the first time in weeks, but it doesn't matter when you're on Patreon. I appreciate you, Noah. Hey, I appreciate you as well, Chris. Thanks for being here, man. Even if you're a little late, that doesn't matter. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Noah, what's up? What's up, Skywalker? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. PJ Washington bought out last night. He ended up winning my pops $50. Well, I won't play him regardless. hey, I like PJ Washington again. I mean, I'm going to be right back on, especially like his Yahoo price. PJ Washington's still so cheap over there. He's like $20. His price went up on DK, but I still think he's a really good play on both sides, especially if they're going to be playing him close to 40 minutes like they did last night. When you're stuck at two players and have to pick one, same price range, both in good matchups, is it just a toss-up at that point? I mean, I guess if you have access to projections, you could look to see who's projected for more points and make the decision that way. I've had scenarios where it's literally like I'm deciding on a 2v2 and I flip a coin. Like I've literally done that before. I'll be at my desk, I can't decide, so I grab a coin, I flip it. I mean, it gets to that point. So, yeah, you can just take your best guess, flip a coin, just do whatever. But there'll be those scenarios almost every night where you have just two guys that look like, you can't decide between the two. For me lately, it doesn't matter which one I play. It's going to be the wrong decision. That's how my luck's been going lately. But, yeah. Thanks as always, Noah. Let's get that money tonight. Hey, let's get it, Julius. Let's get it, man. We're going to try our best. Try our best for sure. Would you play Bridges and Washington together? Yeah, no problem with that. I did it last night and probably going to do it again tonight. So I don't see any reason why you can't. Monte Morris or Okoro? Give me Monte Morris. Zion or Kyrie? Probably take Zion, but that's close. Probably take Zion, though. Just tuning in. Good to see you, Noah. Any big news that I need to know? Any value open up? Dylan, the Charlotte guys that were out last night are going to be out again. Devontae Graham has already been ruled out, and Cody Zeller and Gordon Hayward are both doubtful. So, a lot of the Charlotte guys that did well last night, I think, look like really good plays once again. And even the guys that disappointed, like Terry Rozier, they're still in play for me. So Charlotte's going to be a big focal point on this slate for sure. But we're still waiting on news on Embiid, still waiting for news on Tobias Harris, Malcolm Brogdon, those guys all questionable. That's pretty impactful stuff. Eric Gordon's in a great spot again. I just think he doesn't do well when he is the second option. I mean, I'm probably not playing Eric Gordon. I normally don't play Eric Gordon when Wall and Oladipo are both in there. If you want to play Eric Gordon, you can, but I don't think I'm going to go to him on this slate. Guess for highest scoring player on the slate, I mean, if I had to guess, I'd probably say Jokic, but yeah. It would be close between like Jokic or Harden for just most raw points. Gordon's just too scoring dependent. Yeah, he kind of is. I mean, Gordon's been so frustrating this year. Like even when you get scenarios where Wall's out or Wall's out or Oladipo's out, you play Gordon and it just seems like he never does well. He's been super frustrating to roster, that's for sure. Under 4K cheap plays, I mean, there isn't a ton of value that low that I love, but if Justin Patton starts, he's only 3,200. I'd like him as a value if he's starting. We got to wait for news on Embiid. If Embiid gets ruled out and Dwight Howard starts or Tony Bradley starts, they'd be in play for value. So we could have some value open up, but we just got to wait and see. Jokic should be the high scoring player if no blowout. I think I'd have to agree there. I mean, it's just such a good spot for Jokic. I don't see anyone on the Bulls stopping him. I mean, nobody at this point is going to stop Jokic, and definitely not the Bulls. Baseball can't wait. It's on. Yeah, I think baseball started already. Like, spring training's been starting. I don't really pay attention to baseball until the regular season starts. But I am excited for baseball. I always get excited when a new sport comes around. I would say baseball, like, of the three major sports that I play, baseball's probably my least favorite, but I still enjoy playing it. Definitely enjoy sweating it. I think, baseball sweats are the most fun, in my opinion. Seeing your guy hit a home run, just the best feeling ever. DeRozan or Dejounte Murray? I'd probably go with DeRozan there. Ingles or Harris? If I had to pick one, I'd probably go Joe Harris. LaMarcus Aldridge okay today? With LaMarcus Aldridge coming off the bench, like I don't know if I want to pay $6,200 for him. If they decide to move him back into the starting lineup, I think that would make him more appealing. But with him coming off the bench, it's tough to pay that price tag for LaMarcus Aldridge, even in a really good matchup. So far, everyone's been priced at 4.5K for spring training. Yeah, I know they got spring training DFS. I don't play it though. I don't really play those, spring training DFS, preseason DFS. Like I don't play that stuff. But power forward under 3,500 worth rostering. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a ton down here. Yeah, I guess you could take a shot on Jalen McDaniels if he starts again. But he only played 15 minutes last night. That's probably your best bet, honestly. But yeah, there's not much value down there. You should go with 2 lineups if one hasn't been working for you. I mean, I guess I could, but I still enjoy just playing one lineup. I feel like when I just play in one lineup, I can just focus on that one lineup. I feel like when I start trying to, when I'm making multiple lineups, it just messes me up. I don't know. Hit that like button, know you to go. I appreciate that, Bobby. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. We'll be live for, about 5 more minutes. We'll be wrapping up things here shortly. But thanks as always, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate the support as always, man. Good 5K and below, guard or forward. Let's see. I know at guard you could play Monte Morris. So you could go with him at guard. At forward, you could play Miles Bridges, who's 4,800. So it'd be like Monte Morris, Miles Bridges. Those would probably be the first 2 guys that come to mind there. Kyrie or LaMelo? Give me LaMelo now. With all the Hornets guys out again, no Gordon Hayward, no Graham. Give me LaMelo. Favorite Charlotte value? I mean, there really isn't a ton of punt value from Charlotte. Like, I guess you could play Bismack or McDaniels if they start again. But probably my favorite cheapest guy that I like is Miles Bridges. He's 4,800. It's pronounced DeJounte. I knew that. Did I say it differently? Did I say Deontay? I think you're probably right. Conley or Clarkson? I prefer Conley. Normally, I just don't really play Clarkson when the team's fully healthy. I think Clarkson's a guy you want to target when Conley's out or when somebody else gets ruled out. But when the team's fully healthy, I usually prefer Conley there. How many Charlotte players is too much? I mean, my dummy lineup that I built out earlier had 4 guys from Charlotte. That doesn't mean I'm going to play 4, but right now, my dummy lineup has 4 Charlotte guys. I think 4 is totally fine. You like Rozier? I mean, yeah, I think Rozier is going to be he's probably going to be one of the lower-owned guys from Charlotte. I think LaMelo is going to be really popular. P.J. Washington is going to be really popular. Miles Bridges is going to get a good amount of ownership. I don't see people paying $8K for Rozier after he disappointed last night. So Rozier is going to be low-owned, which makes him appealing for sure. I mean, he could go out there and shit the bed again, but I still do like Rozier. You've been saying Deontay for years now? Oh, I have? Oh, my fault. DeJounte. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm sorry, man. You like LaMarcus Aldridge? I mean, not that much, honestly. Like I said, with him coming off the bench, I just don't know if I want to pay, over $6K for LaMarcus Aldridge if he's coming off the bench still. You ever stack players since you do one lineup? I mean, in terms of like stacking games or something, I mean, I rarely go out of my way to stack games, but this does feel like a night where I'm going to have, a good amount of Charlotte guys. That doesn't mean I'm just going to full stack the game, but, if I'm building out my lineup and I've got 3 or 4 guys from Charlotte, I'm fine with that. How do you feel about Gobert and Kanter? I mean, I have interest in both of them. I'd prefer Kanter between the 2. I think both are viable, but yeah, I'd probably prefer Kanter there. Murray or Mitchell? If that's Jamal Murray, I'd rather play Jamal Murray. If that's DeJounte Murray, then I'd probably rather go with Mitchell. Lemonade or limeade? It's lemonade. Who calls it limeade? Can't call it that. It's lemonade for sure. See if I forgot any, or see if I answered all these questions. I think I answered all these. Appreciate your suggestions, homie. Hey, sure thing, man. Sure thing. I appreciate you being here. You're the Tony Romo of YouTube. Well, I hope that's a good thing. I'm guessing that's a compliment. Limeade is a thing. I mean, I've never heard people call it limeade. I guess I've heard that, but I say lemonade. Lemonade and limeade are 2 different things. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. The pronunciation police are out today, that's for sure. Not sure if he knows, but limeade's made with limes, not the same. Ooh, I did not know that. I've never had limeade. I have had lemonade, though. Thanks for the great content, Noah. Hey, I appreciate that, Corey. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for being here, Corey. Joker or Harden? Give me Joker. I mean, I like both of them. Give me Jokic. You like Will Barton? Yeah, I think Will Barton's in play for sure. He's definitely a little bit too cheap if he's going to keep playing, 30-plus minutes. I think with no Campazzo, that just makes it more likely you see Will Barton get his normal minutes. So, yeah, I'm fine with Will Barton on this slate. Who's one person for sure you're starting tonight? I mean, probably PJ Washington. I have a good feeling I'm going to be playing PJ Washington on both sites. Is PJ Dozier viable with Compazzo doubtful? Yes, he's in play now for sure. I get a cherry limeade from Sonic almost every day or every week. Delicious. I think I've heard that. Cherry limeade. That sounds familiar. Go to Sonic and ask for limeade. I might have to now. Have to go try it out. I don't really like sour drinks though, and if you guys are saying it's sour, I don't know if I'm going to like it. Favorite point guard, little more cheaper range. I mean, Monte Morris, you could throw him into like that cheaper range, 4,900. No Compazzo. I think 30-plus minutes is very likely for Monte Morris. Eric Bledsoe, I still think is a little bit too cheap if he's going to be playing 34, 35 minutes. So those are probably like the two of the cheaper guards. Eric Bledsoe, Monte Morris. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream here. We've been live for, about an hour normal time, so appreciate all you guys tuning in. Hit that like button before you do get out of here. Thanks, as always, for tuning in, guys. Thanks for all the comments. Most likely we'll be back tomorrow, same time. I think Locks at 7 again tomorrow. Let me check real quick just so I can make sure. Pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure Locks at 7 like every day this week. Yeah, Locks at 7 tomorrow, so we'll be live again. Same time, 4 Eastern. See you guys tomorrow in the stream. Yeah, guys, good luck tonight. Appreciate you being here. Good luck, fellas.